How much does a logo design cost? I get this question asked to me from clients, and I also get it asked to me by other graphic designers and logo designers. How much do logo designs actually cost? What is the full price? This is one of those questions where I tell you how long is a piece of string. I can't actually give you a definitive answer on how much a logo design that you're thinking of will cost, but what I can show you is the factors behind why logo designs costs what they do. So whether you're a designer or you're a client looking to get a logo designed, then this video should hopefully tell you a bit more information about the logo design process and why it's priced in that way. So normally I get an email from a client or someone who wants to work with me. They tell me, I like your work, we would love you to do some branding or logo design work for us, are you up for it? Could you give us a ballpark price for how much this logo design will cost? See, I get this email every single day about people asking me how much a logo design costs. What I reply back is for some more information regarding their logo design or their company and about themselves. I basically give them a questionnaire about themselves and their company. If you go onto a designer's website and they do logo design and you try and contact them, they'll normally have a questionnaire for you to have a look at, and basically this questionnaire is about what you expect of them and what they expect of you. So basically it's a questionnaire of asking you certain questions to get an idea of what you're looking for in a really quick way. If you're a designer and you don't have questionnaires on your website, then you need to create one. This could be like a contact form on a Squarespace website or on a Wix website. It could be anywhere, or you could send it across to them in a Google document thing. Some examples of questions that you may ask in the questionnaire to the client may be, what colors are you thinking of using? Is it a typographic logo or is it a symbol illustrative logo? You may ask how involved they want to be within the design process. You may ask if they want any variations of the logo, like a typographic logo and then a monogram logo with that typographic logo. And all these questions, once answered, give the designer a bigger picture and a more clear picture of what the client wants. But we need a brief still, and the brief is basically a detailed explanation of the company and who they are. This helps the client and the designer both have clarity about the company, and so they're literally on the same page. It's all written down. Now that the questionnaire has been completed and you've been emailing back and forth to each other, the cost is now in effect. We need to work out how much it's going to cost. These questions that you've been asked as the client are the questions that determine how much the logo design may cost. Not because of the amount of work that needs to be done, but because of the value of the logo itself to you. Let me put it this way, a logo design will probably be a lot more expensive than a stamp design for a t-shirt company. And by that I mean just like one of those vintage t-shirts. That's because the value of the logo is higher than the value of that t-shirt stamp, unless it's a logo design for the company as well. Therefore, if the value of the logo design is going to be higher, then they're going to charge a higher rate to the client. There are a lot of factors within pricing your logo designs. This could be how many variations of the logo the client wishes to see, whether the client would like a color scheme created for them as well within the logo, whether to add color to the logo, and even how big your company is. You know, if you have a bigger company than a small business, then obviously a lot of the time we're going to charge a bit more because you are a bigger company. When I'm working for a client on a logo design, I take a lot of things into consideration. A lot of the time, a client will say they've got a budget that they need to stick to, and that is fair enough. People want to know the actual ballpark figure of a logo design. That is natural because we always ask how much is it roughly going to cost anyway. Right now in the world, the majority of us get paid on hours. So like, depending on how many hours we get paid, and we get paid per hour. This is a good concept for someone who works for a company, but as a designer, this probably doesn't always work as well, because sometimes I work for hours and hours on end for a project that I've done for completely free for a company because I like them, but then I'm not getting paid that much at all. I base my work on the value for that company, and if that company is going to get more customers, more money, and a better business model because of my logo design, and they're going to be changing the face of their company because of my logo design, then that's going to add a lot of value to them, and in return I would like some value back in terms of monetary terms. So pricing logo designs isn't always based on time for a designer. For me, it's based mainly on the value that I'll provide for a company. If you're a client and you're looking to get a logo designed, a really good mindset to have when looking for a designer to design your logo is an investment mindset over an expense mindset. Obviously, you're a startup business or you're a business that is ever growing, but you've got a budget and you don't want to spend too much money on your logo design. So we instinctively get into this zone in our head where we see a logo design as an expense, that we want to keep the expenses down and we don't want people to be charging us too much. If you want someone to work with you on your logo design that is the best fitting for you and your company, you want to take that expense mindset and chuck it out and put on that investment hat. For me, I work solely with people who have an investment mindset, because otherwise, if I'm working for someone who's got an expense mindset, they will not have the same drive as me or the same motive of the same drive to get the logo finished and to get it looking great. So that is how much a logo design costs. I know I haven't talked about the actual price of a logo design, like an actual figure or a ballpark figure. I think that's better suited for email for designers to give it to you, but I don't want to put it on here or any other platform. It's best suited for a personal email because it's so dependent on your circumstances and who you are and how much value we're bringing to you. But those are some of the ways that we price logo designs for clients. It can seem very, very confusing sometimes, even to myself, but as you start getting experience in the field, it starts to get a lot easier and you start to understand it a bit more and it becomes sort of like second nature to you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I'll catch you guys next week. Click the links in the description to take you to some awesomely cool websites, and make sure you like, comment and subscribe on this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch you next week. See you later.